Hey, have you got home from work, a long day at work, and you come home and realize that, hey, today is Thursday, you want to watch Grey's Anatomy and Private Practice, but then when you get home, you have to take your son to get something to eat. Well, we went and got something to eat, then we came back home, so after I took my shower and everything, I get on, turn to Channel 7, and think I'm about to watch Private Practice, and we have a new show on TV, and I'm trying to figure out, now what is this show called? I'm not really sure. So then I'm watching it, 10 o'clock goes around, 10:30 goes around, something tells me this reminds me of the old Dallas, because for one it's set up in Dallas. But anyway, it's a show called GCB. And what it is a former mean girl who, under scandalous circumstances, returns to her hometown after 18 years of high school. Now, at the beginning of the movie, the program, what I noticed was a man and a woman are in the car. The guy says that he's tired, and the woman says, "Oh, I have something that'll keep you awake." She goes down. You see her head moving down. Next thing you know, they're going off a cliff. So you see them, they crash because you see all this money flying up in the air. And then after the commercial break comes back on, then you see Channel 7. And I don't know, for some reason, I thought my TV was on the news channel. I'm trying to find a remote control. Like, okay, what channel is this? I push guide, then I push info, and realize it's on a program, but it's on Channel 7, so it actually looks like the real Channel 7 News. They're at this house, which happens to be a mansion, and all you see is all these furniture people coming around, taking out the furniture. There's people coming in. You see the lawyer coming inside the house, and he's trying to have a seat with the lady who you thought owned the house. She's up here having a conversation with the man. He's trying to have a seat, but everything he has a seat on, you see somebody coming from behind taking the chair or taking the couch or taking the table. He's trying to put his briefcase down on the table. You see somebody coming up taking the table, and it's like hilarious. So when her unthankful husband dies in a car crash, Amanda Vaughn, played by Leslie Bibb, is kicked out of her posh oceanside mansion, which looks like the houses up there in Rolling Hills, after it is discovered her husband swindled millions of dollars from innocent people through a Ponzi-like scheme. Not too sure what that means, but she is then forced to move back to Dallas, Texas, and live with her mother. And her mother is so happy, played by Annie Potts. While Amanda has changed for the morally better, the ex-beauty queen isn't welcomed back with open arms. Like most places, when you come back home, people are happy to see you because they missed you gone away from so many years. The game of life has changed, and now she's targeted by the grown-up women who she once bullied in high school that now rule the town. In other words, if you're mean to someone, it's good to be nice to them because they'll welcome you with open arms. But if you was mean to somebody, they're not going to be very happy to see you. So, on that note, the show is inspired by the novel Good Christian B, which means, bitch, by Arthur Kim Gatlin. The name of the show is GCB. That's what we've... That's what we've gone with, and you can fill in the B however you want. So, in other words, it is BITCH. Said by Marisol Nichols, who plays Amanda's former high school friend, Heather Cruz. Broadway star Kristen Chenoweth stars as Carleen Cockburn, Queen of the GCBs. Queen of the Bitches. That's crazy. Who is shaken by Amanda's return. She doesn't believe Amanda isn't up to her old tricks and stirs up trouble for the newly single mom of two. I am trouble, but with all the love in my heart, Chenoweth said. The show has laughter, tears, sex, revenge, fashionable fun. And talking about fashionable fun, um, one of the scenes was where after um, the daughter who was married to the guy who went off on the cliff, she was out looking for a job. She had went out looking for a job, and she went to this car dealership. And when she got there, one of her old high school, I guess, boyfriends still had a crush on her. So she went back to the dealer, and inside the office they had the little mini blinds on the windows, and he was closing all the blinds, but one of the blinds was kind of like partly open. So the friend who lives across the street, who played by Annie Potts, she happened to be like sneaking up to see what was going on inside of the room where the lady and the guy was. So she's happened to see the husband trying to kiss and trying to grope, I guess, the woman. And so she had it all backwards. He was hitting on her. She was not hitting on him. So then when she got back home from going to look for a job, there was a Bentley outside with a ribbon on it. So somebody was trying to offer her a car, and she didn't want the car. She didn't want to live no luxurious life. She just wanted to be a plain mother raising her 2 kids. So then she told them to take the car back. So then after she came home, she was going in the house, and the son looked to be about 13 years old. The mother had the son making a drink, and the mother was like, "Oh no, why are you have my son, 13 years old, having making you a drink?" And then the mother turns to the son and is like, "Son, you need to stay away from those drinks until you're 21 years old." And that was just crazy. So then on another day, she goes out and looks for a job, and then comes back home. You see a big 18-wheeler truck delivering gifts, like they're about to have a party, a house party. Then after they were taking the entertainment stuff, the food. They were taking the clothing and putting it in her house, and she was like, "What's going on?" And then the mother comes up and says, "Oh, somebody got you this stuff." And she was like, "Well, I don't want it. I don't want to take it away." And then the mother turns around and said, "But it's free." And then she was like, "Oh no, I still don't want it. I don't want anything." So then she takes it away, but here comes the mom taking one of the dresses off the rack and says, "Oh, but I'll keep this one." She walks into the house. Then you see later on where oh shoot, now I don't forgot. Anyway, I think that recipe to have something that's really funny and with a heart that's something you can relate to, when you tune in, you really start to love these women's flaws and all. With the cast that big, you might expect trouble on the set, but not with Mama Potts around. So anyway, it comes on, it's going to be coming on Sundays at 10 o'clock on Channel 7. See you there. Sorry folks, but I just remembered the part about where she was going out looking for a house, and one of the neighbors happened to be a real estate agent, and she was trying to explain to her that she's on a budget on how much she could spend on a house. So the girl, because she was bullied to her when she was younger, she thought she'd get her back a little bit. She took her to this area of a neighborhood that is right underneath the airport. I mean, what I mean by under the airport, she was telling her the only problem with the area is between 12 o'clock midnight and 4 o'clock in the morning. That's where the airplanes take off and land. And it was funny because when you saw them at the house, all you would see is the airplanes going over. And the lady was like, "You know what? I don't think I want to live here." But she said, "But this is all you could afford, remember?"